There is no term in football that gets more roundly abused than Wonderkids. I mean, except maybe passion and big clubs, but it's definitely up there. Still though, it rolls off the tongue and nobody's yet come up with better terminology to describe the game's brightest stars, so I'm sticking with it. Plus, the upcoming World Cup is absolutely chock full of them. Some are in Europe's biggest leagues already and looking to make their mark on the international stage, and others are diamonds in the rough, hoping to change the fortunes of otherwise unfancied nations. Either way, they are amongst the most exciting individuals to keep an eye out on this summer. So, my name is Adam Cleary and these are 5 Wonderkids who could change the World Cup. Number 5, Achraf Hakimi, Morocco. Born in Madrid, so actually Spanish, Hakimi's parents encouraged him from an early age to embrace his Moroccan heritage. Instead, as such, he represented them at youth levels and is now a major part of the country's future plans. He joined Real Madrid's youth setup as an 8-year-old. My God, imagine being that young, and has progressed through the ranks ever since. He spent some time at Real Madrid B before making his first team debut last October, and now genuinely pushes Dani Carvajal for the right-back spot. Now, you might not think a country's going to pin too many of its hopes on a young right-back, but he's not shy of finding the net, having already got one in qualifying, and since he's come into the team, they've beaten the likes of Ivory Coast, South Korea, Serbia, and Slovakia, so you never know. Number 4, Marcus Rashford, England. A man who needs no introduction after his absolute Jimmy Ping against Costa Rica. Marcus Rashford could be the man to restore England to their former glories of quarter-final exits. While hopes for the 3 Lions do rest on Harry Kane and Raheem Sterling, Gareth Southgate's confidence in the player could be the X-factor the country have been crying out for. He's managed 3 goals for them so far in his very short international career, and with power, pace, vision, and a good trick up his sleeve, he could easily add to that if selected this summer. Hey, who knows? It might even be him who gets sent off this time. Number 3, Lee Seung-woo, South Korea. A product of that Barcelona academy, I don't know if you've heard of it or not, Lee Seung-woo is one of those players who come along every now and then and an entire country pins their hopes on. For South Korea, they're hoping he could be a game changer. Just like Son Heung-min, before him, Lee was immediately snapped up by one of Europe's top clubs and will likely spend his entire playing career on that continent. If he's even half the player Son is, though, having them both in the same squad for the next couple of years will be a big deal for South Korea. It has been a bumpy road for the player, though, and he's since been sold to Hellas Veronas, but this is the kid who once upon a time was breaking all of Lionel Messi's junior scoring records. There is no place better than Russia for him to rekindle that fire. Number 2, Ismaila Sarr, Senegal. Following in the not inconsiderable footsteps of Ousmane Dembele, Sarr could be the next player to make a big step up from French side Rennes. He chose them in the summer over a move to Barcelona to better aid his own development. Sarr, alongside Balde and Niang, is one of a host of exciting young players at Senegal who they're hoping will team with Sadio Mane and help fire the country into the second round. If this is the first time you've heard of him, and fair enough, to be honest, he plays anywhere across the front line of a team's attack. He's one of the best dribblers you've ever seen, and he's already nabbed 2 goals for his country in just a handful of appearances. Every World Cup, a player comes seemingly out of nowhere to announce themselves on the world stage, and that could very easily be Sarr this time around. I mean, with South Korea, Poland, and Croatia not exactly being watertight at the back, remember the name. Number 1, Kylian Mbappe, France. Now, if Lee and Sarr weren't players you already overly familiar with, then you almost certainly will be with Kylian Mbappe. Not just one of the most exciting players in Ligue 1 this season, but also the future of French football, according to his country's fans. At just 19 years of age, and with names like Giroud, Griezmann, Lacazette, Martial, Payet, and Dembele all allegedly ahead of him in the pecking order, he has found his way somehow into France's likely starting 11, while other names on that list missed the squad entirely. With searing pace, a mouth-watering ability to jink past opponents, and already 20 goals to his name this season, Mbappe could be the standout player of pretty much any age group at the World Cup this season, never mind the youngsters. There you have it, 5 incredibly exciting young players who could change the very destiny of the World Cup itself, or at least, you know, just a couple of exciting group matches. Oh God, what's that? It's the subscribe button. If you've not already, please do join us for more content. We're trying to build something fun and cool and football-y here. Thank you very much for sticking with me here. My name's been Adam Cleary. Do make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll stay your phone.